everybody, this is Carrie Dills, and I'm going to do another screencast this morning showing you how to use the Genesis eNews Extended widget. Notice right now we're in the WordPress.org plugin repository, and back in the older days of Genesis, and by older days I mean maybe like 8 months ago, but the Genesis eNews widget was something that shipped standard with the Genesis framework. And they have now since deprecated that, and a plugin has been created with that functionality, same functionality plus a little bit more goodness, and dropped off in the repository. So here we are, we've got Genesis eNews Extended, and basically what it is a widget that enables you to create a sign-up form and connect with either MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, etc. So what we're going to do is go to, today we're going to integrate it with MailChimp. So we're going to go to our WordPress dashboard and add a new plugin. And one thing you may not know, here in the little plugin window, if you click on favorites, you can type in your .org username and get plugins that you've favorited. Not like it's really hard to search for a plugin by name, but if you've got standard plugins that you tend to use on every installation or most of your WordPress installations, it's kind of handy. So I've got the Genesis eNews Extended already favorited. I'm going to go ahead and install it. We're going to activate the plugin, and that's done. So what we want to do now is head over to our widget screen, and we're going to drop this guy into our primary sidebar, and looks like I already did some pre-work and did that. So spot for the title, spot for some info to go before the form. We'll say this goes after the form. And then it's got some fields that you may be wondering what the heck. For starters, the Google FeedBurner field up here, if you're using FeedBurner, which hopefully you've found an alternative by now. But anyhow, that's where you can enter that ID and then just be on with it. If you're not using that and you're going to use MailChimp or another eNews service, then what we've got down here is a form action, email field, first name, etc., etc. And we need to populate that. When in doubt about what to do or how to use a particular plugin, you can always go to the WordPress.org plugin repository and look for things like installation notes. And just to save us a little time today, I'm going to go ahead and say, if using name fields, please read the plugin tutorial website, and also some tips on the plugins install page. So let's pop over to Brandon Craft's page. Brandon is the awesome developer that created the Genesis eNews Extended widget. And he has given us some cool tutorials already on how to set up the widget. So, which you may wonder, why the heck am I doing this screencast if he's already given us fantastic instructions? And one, because sometimes it's easier just to see things. And two, because MailChimp recently did a facelift, and so the instructions that Brandon gives here might be a little bit confusing if you're looking at them versus the new MailChimp facelift. So first thing we're going to do here is log into MailChimp, and then he says we're going to look for a second big icon design sign-up form, and that's where things are going to get a little bit different for us. So let's go ahead and head over to MailChimp. Boop, there we are, log in. Da, 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 da. Okay, and so you'll notice there's no big icon here to do anything with. The difference is once we come into MailChimp, we want to immediately go into our lists, and from there let's select a list. And now we're going to be kind of caught up with Brandon's tutorial, and that is we see this button that says sign up forms. So now we're back in the business. We're going to do an embedded form, and this section I'm going to pick naked. You can really pick either one, but the naked just, it takes out some of the markup and makes it a little bit easier to read. So you can see that, like if I click naked, here's the form I get. If I get classic, it's got some styling built around it. I don't care about any of the styling. I don't even care about a title. I want all fields because I'm going to go ahead and get first name, last name. Let's scroll down a piece. And here it is. Here's the code that I need. Now, Brandon's instructions tell you to take this and then pop it over into a text editor, and you may wonder why that intermediate step. And the thing is, like, if you click anywhere in this box, it just highlights the whole thing. So it's easier just to copy the whole ball of wax, open up your text editor, which if you're on a Mac, you can use TextEdit. If you're on Windows, you can use Notepad. So here is the form code. Two things here really quickly. I could just take this code, dump it into a text widget on my site, and it would create a sign-up form. So you may be wondering, why would you even use the eNews extended widget? And I'll tell you why. Primarily, it's because of, or at least in my opinion, styling. There's already some nice styles built into the Genesis themes to support that widget. And so your form's just going to kind of look prettier and be styled in the same format as the rest of your site. Just for grins, let's go ahead and grab all of that code and pop over to our site. And let's try it. Let's just dump it into a text widget and see what happens. Save it. I'm going to open up a page and refresh here. And this is what happened. So we got email address, first name, last name. Basically, no other. I mean, it doesn't look ugly. It's not hideous. But if I wanted to come back and say add in a title or some text ahead of the form, then I've got to mess with all this code. Which, if you're comfortable in code, even if you are comfortable in code, that's just kind of annoying. So we're going to call that a good argument just to use this widget of Brandon's. So what we need here is a form action. So form action in HTML terms basically just means where are you telling your form to go when you hit that submit button. So we're going to take, there we go, form action, and we're going to, oops, I don't need the quotes. I'm going to take everything between those two quotes, copy it, and then come back over here and paste it. There we go. And I'm going to refer back to Brandon's instructions real quick. Let's see, that's the form action. Okay, so for the email name field, we want the actual name, or excuse me, for the email field name, we want the name. So we're going to look for this little bit of code and confirm that it's spelled email, that's exactly we're looking for a match here. So we go back, and okay, here's my input for my name, and voila! Oh, whoop, sorry, we were talking about email. I've only had one cup of coffee. Okay, email field, and the name, in fact, is just plain good email. While we're here, we'll notice that first name is F name, last name is L name. So those are the little bits of information we want to grab to pop into these fields. So that's going to be email, F name, L name, hidden fields. What the heck is a hidden field? That would be something that was not visible to the user, but MailChimp, Brandon tells us that there are no hidden fields, so we don't even have to go hunting for that. Just real quickly, if there was a hidden field, it would look like instead of input type text or input type submit or whatever, it would say input type of hidden. And that's all that is. So anyhow, we've got all that plugged in. I'm going to change my button text to booyah. Save it. Let's go refresh it. And there it is. That is our eNews extended widget hooking up to MailChimp. So if I were to type in first name, last name, email address, and let's just do it Oh, look how nice that little inline error message is to type in an email address. That's beautiful. Let's try it on this form. Um, reload here. Let's try it on this little one we just imported straight from MailChimp and look what it looks like. Oh, hideous. God, who wants that error message? No, let's just go and see what's already built in to this plugin. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah. So anyhow, that's a wrap for today. That's how you integrate the Genesis eNews Extended widget specifically with MailChimp. I'll see you later. Bye.